Yo, 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 what's up, all you burner stoners and potheads? This is Weedman 420 with the Weedman 420 Chronicles. How are all you vipers doing out there? Mrs. Weedman.
Mr. Weedman.
How the hell are you?
I'm great.
You weren't great 5 minutes ago, though.
Yeah, with a little exception.
Before
I'm
we
all
started
right.
the show, Mrs.
me
Weedman.
and me and Yuki were boxing.
Yeah, and got punched in
and
the
I got
eye.
socked in the eye. That's my fault. I like to be goofy with the dog, and I get down on her level, and then I always end up getting socked in the face.
She's laying
with her
next
big
to
old
me. I think
paws.
she's sad.
She is sad.
I
She
think
was
she's
very sad.
Yes, she was
She was
trying
like,
to
I'm so
kiss you.
sorry. I'm
Yes.
so sorry.
Hey,
So I'm
everybody.
fine.
You are
It's a great
fine.
day.
Yes, it is. Hey, everybody out there in the world. Hopefully you're smoking some big fat doinks while you're listening to the show. And Mrs. Weedman and I are about to get normal. We're smoking some tropical cookies grown by our friend Big Earl. Thank you, Big Earl, for always hooking us up with stuff for the show. We love you, love you, love it, love it, love it. And this strain is really good. Mrs. Weedman, light that joint up because you need it because you got socked in the eye.
I do.
You can't see so good right now.
I can't see so
and
good.
you ain't gonna see so good after this joint we're about to smoke.
I'm gonna be one-eyed Susan over here. And so, black-eyed Susan, isn't that a flower?
It might be.
Just
I don't
call me
know.
Black-eyed
That's funny
Susan,
as
'cause
hell. So yeah, we're smoking on some tropical cookies and having a good old time. This is the second round for me. I just got done recording the Grow Hour about 30 minutes ago with Big Earl and Philosopher Seed Stone or Stone Seed, and I'm super stoked about that episode. So hopefully y'all out there will enjoy that one. A lot of knowledge out of that man Dave. He was amazing. So back-to-back episodes for Mr. Weedman tonight because Mr. Weedman hits the road and has to go away for a couple days. So our normal Tuesday night recording is getting pushed back today, Monday. So hopefully y'all out there listening on a Wednesday, so we'll get it out to you. And having some fun while Mrs. Weedman's trying to light that fucking doink. What's going on with you over there? Can't see so good.
It was lit really well. I got a really nice hit, and then it went out.
Let's take another
I'm
puff,
all right.
puff past that as your final
I'm a
line.
puff
Puff 4 times.
I gotta
huh?
make sure it's lit.
I love it. We had a busy week last week, leading all the way up until today. And we did a bunch of cool events and networking events and trade shows and just a fun, cool event. So Mrs. Weedman's going to talk about the first one we went to last Wednesday. Tell us about it, Mrs. Weedman.
Yeah, we went to a joint. It was a collaborative event. And the the crew from High Focus Media, who we had on the show, put together this opportunity to go to the special space called The Node down in the city of Chicago, and it is a evolving space, we'll call it, kind of an artist space, yoga and psychedelics, and they fully embrace cannabis and shrooms.
Lots of shrooms.
And there's rooms for like vegging out when you're on either of them. There's kind of an Airbnb environment upstairs. There's a big yard space and
It was a mushroom bounce house.
Mushroom bounce house,
That's
a little
pretty fire.
garden. And essentially it's like a event space, a special event space that's evolving into this kind of embracing this little community, kind of a niche community in Chicago. And it was a super cool event. There were people there from the cannabis world that we've seen around and about. There were new faces. There were people that are into the whole trippy psychedelic scene.
We ate a mushroom gummy.
We did eat a mushroom gummy, a very small one.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything.
You took half. I took your half in a full, so it was like 1.5 grams. It was a microdose, and you took a half a gram. Microdosed it. It was nice. I felt it a little bit. Nothing crazy. It was nice. I felt like, but I also smoked a lot too. So
There was a DJ.
yeah,
Yeah, it was fun. There was a sound bed, and you laid on this bed, and it was like a meditation, and you covered your eyes with a mask and put these headphones on, and the bed vibrated while you heard these special sounds.
Yeah, I didn't do it.
It was very
cool. What
cool.
were the sounds you heard?
It's like kind of new age electronic music, but it's certain megahertz, and it is done. I believe that there's a technique behind how they formulate the music, and from what I understand, you hear like different decibels in each ear, so it's doing something with your brain waves, the sound, and then the bed, like aggressively and subtly vibrates in different spots to the music. It's just weird. So you really like just kind of get into this meditative space. Like I was in the middle of a room. There were probably 50 people wandering around at any time, right? And I was able to fully relax for 11 minutes.
You had earphones on. You had mask over your face.
It was super cool.
I didn't try it.
I did rejuvenation. So it was very like the sounds were really like to me it was like the energy of like a sunrise. If you watch a sunrise on like say a beach or at the top of a mountain or someplace uninterrupted by nature, you know, or you are in nature, it's uninterrupted by buildings and things that man made. And it was just, I don't know, it was pretty cool. I liked it.
Yeah, you came out of there pretty relaxed.
Yeah.
And rejuvenated.
I was rejuvenated. Maybe I was tripping.
Could have been.
No, I think that was before I ate that gummy.
No,
but that was fun. That was one event
we
went to.
Thursday we went to Champ's Trade Show.
And that is a big, like the U.S. is probably the largest U.S. trade show for smoke shops and ultimately dispensaries as well. It's
Head
glass.
shops. Yeah.
It's glass, papers,
So many
anything you
nicotine
need
vapes.
for consumption.
So many nicotine
Tobacco.
vapes.
Oh my God, it was a very big vape.
My God.
Like nicotine vape cartridge.
And then the other one we saw a lot was the
There was so much
Delta
of it.
8 vapes and the new
my
some of
God.
the newer cannabinoids like the THCO vapes I saw.
There were terpenes and cannabinoids. We didn't even know what they were talking
in
about.
the drawer right next to you, there's that box there, the purple one that has here. I'll read it. Yeah, that one there.
You even said to the guy, like, "Dude, what are you even talking about?
Yeah.
What are you guys making shit up?"
So this one that he gave us 2 samples of. It's THCP, which I've read about, HHCP, which I've read about, THCJD,
What the heck?
THCH, THC/X.
But these are from Delta 8.
But this is
From
all
the hemp
different
plant.
from the hemp plant. So not just from Delta 8, but from the hemp plant. But I've never heard of these cannabinoids before.
Right.
And I know I've read about a bunch of them, but THCX was the one that dumbfounded me the most.
Like, what the heck are you
I'd
talking
never
about?
heard of THCX, and if I have read it on the show, I'm such a fucking burnout that I don't remember talking about it. But I would have remembered because I said to the guys, I'm like,
What is this?
well, here's the thing though. When I question these cannabinoids in there, they're like, yeah, it's just what they put in there. I'm like,
They don't know what.
I said, what does THCX do? Like, what does the cannabinoid do for you? And they didn't know. That's what pissed me off.
Right.
When we walked away, like, why were you so mad? I'm like, because they don't know what the fuck they're selling.
And that's at a trade show.
That's
Like,
at a trade show. You're selling.
you should have your best
I'm
sales
not mentioning
people.
the brand's name. I don't want to badmouth a brand that's trying to make money or trying to do stuff. But I was dumbfounded that you're selling me a product or trying to pitch me a product that has cannabinoids that I'm pretty well versed in cannabinoids. Not all of them,
Right.
but most of them that I've talked about and
common
researched
ones,
and stuff.
right.
But when I looked at this box and it has all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no Delta 8, no Delta 9, no CBN, no CBG, no CBC.
Oh, it doesn't even say Delta 8 on there.
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah.
I'm dumbfounded that you did not know what any of these cannabinoids were.
Right. But you're selling it.
But you're selling it. That's what, when you walked away, like, why did you give them such a hard time? Like, because they didn't know what they were giving me. What is in here? What cannabinoid? Are they synthetic? Are they from the cannabis plant? Are they derived from the hemp? When I asked them all those questions, they could not answer any of it. So that is the reason why I'm skeptical about even trying this before. And I haven't had a chance to research all the different cannabinoids that are in this disposable vape pen. But I will before I even try to even think about trying it because I want to know what I'm putting in my body.
Right. It does say on the back, this product is derived from 100% legal USA hemp and contains less than 0.3% Delta 9 THC in accordance with the 2018 Farm Bill. So,
and those are pretty
Delta
small
8.
words. You got magnifying glasses at those
do.
fucking words.
And yeah. But it's interesting, like you're saying, it's just like, where did they pull like, if you've got something that nobody else has, wouldn't you want to
be knowledgeable
explain
about
it?
This is the problem.
Like,
with
that's a feature.
This is the problem with the cannabis industry.
When you're selling anything, you need to know the features.
Not dispensaries and cultivators of, but I'm just talking about these companies. There was 300-400 booths at this fucking thing, and I would say about 30% of those booths were selling some kind of vape.
Tobacco. Or Delta 8.
Or Delta 8 or these, what I have in my hand here, or THCO or HHC, whatever. Or this one has, like I said,
Delta
this one
10.
This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cannabinoids in it. And they were just because they were so excited because they had 5. This has got 5 cannabinoids, man. This is the banger. I'm like, yo,
But tell me what they are.
What are they?
Like that
How many you want? Basically, what they were trying to sell me. I'm like, I don't want any. Nothing. I want to research this first. Thank you for giving me the free sample. But before I even put this in my fucking mouth, I want to know what's in here. So when you're going to a vape shop, and you're seeing this stuff, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm not saying it's bad for you. Learn what you're putting in your body. Do your research. This is oil based, so it's probably got propylene glycol in it, or vegetable glycerin. I don't know.
It does say on the back, no VG, PG, MCT oil, or vitamin E. So what would the carrier be?
They're just using straight oil then? Distillate oil? They're making out of it? So they're saying it's pure cannabinoids in here then. Liquid cannabinoids.
Why wouldn't they want to know that and tell you that?
Yeah, I see it on the back now. Those letters are fucking so
it's
small.
tiny.
Yeah, tiny. And like I said, I really didn't read the box. I just put it in the bag once they told me about it. It kind of threw me off a little bit. Like I didn't even want to like.
Well, your point. The point is that they had this product that they were so excited to give you, but they weren't knowledgeable about what it was.
Right.
And so here in this very blurry world of Delta 8, 9, 10, right? That's what's out in the market. And the general public doesn't know there's a difference in any of it. And then you've got people selling product that don't know the difference and don't even know what they're selling.
Right.
It's just their keywords to sell a product, but not having no knowledge behind what any of it means.
Right.
And that's just not right for the consumer.
So before I even put this in my mouth, I'm going to do my research and read the back of the box the best I can because the words are like minute and I do have decent vision. But this is like
I've got my magnifying.
Yeah, you got your magnifying
my goggles on. Trust me, I wouldn't be reading this.
I don't want to downplay the trade show though.
No, it's good. It's just
the glass blowing area was amazing.
That's the world we live in.
Right.
I mean, they're selling.
Yeah.
It's the largest demographic of smoke consumption right now. Right. The glass.
The glass area
The
was
center
dope.
of the whole conference was a glass competition. Like there were glass blowers, like bigwig glass. I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm not a name dropper. I fail at it all the time. I'm terrible. I will remember you. I'll remember stories and names. I really try. So there were some really big people in glass competing, showing their wares, and then they had their tables around the whole perimeter. So that was really cool. I mean, there was some pretty
beautiful glass,
pretty crazy glass.
Yeah. And there was some cool stuff. You saw a lot of the same companies and selling the same products though too.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of the stuff you see in head shops, a lot of them are selling the same electrical type of equipment and stuff, vaporizers, and some of them are selling the same. There was some new stuff we saw too that was pretty dope. But overall, the show was fun. It was great. It was a long day. You got to see a lot of cool shit, some stuff I'd never seen before, some stuff that I was very interested in. We got to meet some cool people.
Yep.
Yeah, got to connect and network with some really cool people. Yeah, we got to meet some nice people too who hopefully we could do some business with, so it was fun. And the other thing is, if you go on the last day and you'll walk out with bags of shit. Now, I'm usually the one that like just goes and raids. But Mrs. Weedman's anxiety goes through.
I struggle with it.
So we went to a candy show years ago. The Illinois
wholesale
the
candy
wholesale
show
candy
at
show.
McCormick Place in Chicago.
Mrs. Weedman's dream to go there, and I got us
it was
tickets
like
to
Willy
her friend.
Wonka's like wet dream. I mean, it was so amazing.
So she would just they give away free samples and stuff, but I was going there with the fucking determination to steal the everlasting gobstopper. So that's what I was.
It was like
to
Halloween for Mr. Weedman. So, that's how Heath was looking at it. Like
I knew you wouldn't do what I was willing to do, meaning like just walk by tables and just fucking take your arm and go.
I was just
right
mortified.
To the back.
I didn't even walk with him.
So she was so mad at one point. She literally walked away from me.
I'm not with
she
that
was
guy.
like 10, 15
I don't
steps
even know
ahead
him.
of me.
He's following me around all day.
We went, we went to this one booth, and it was this new line of candy that they were hanging on this fucking cool glass. It was, I mean, this was like the new thing, and the booth was packed. It was really busy, and I saw my opportunity. And Mrs. Weedman knew exactly what I was going to do. She's looking at me. She's looking at me this stare from the other side, looking at me, and I'm looking around, peeking around the fucking aisle, looking to see if anybody. I can see. All of a sudden, I see Mrs. Weedman in the corner with this look.
Don't fucking do it.
Don't fucking do it.
Don't even.
Don't you fucking dare. And here's me going. Boop, 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 boop.
Shuffling it off the shelf.
5 of them I stole. And it wasn't an everlasting gobstopper, but it was pretty fucking close. And it wasn't out to the general public yet. It wasn't out to be consumed. And here's Mr. Weedman. Fucking
my
boop,
God.
boop, 5. I
think you had to like be a major account, like a national account, to be sitting there to get a taste
a big booth
of it.
there. Yeah. And
they were just putting it in the window for everyone else. The greatest thing about it,
I walked, finally caught up with you because you actually ran.
I was like, I'm out of here.
And you're like, that guy saw you. I'm like, what guy? She goes, one of the guys saw you there. One of the vendors saw you there and was just shaking his head in disgust. And I'm like, am I being arrested? You're like, no. I'm like, guess what you got? Candy that's not even out in the market yet. I walked out of this fucking show with 4 bags, God. Halloween style, fucking filled to the top. And we went to the Airhead booth. I literally took the whole fucking.
We had like 20 some odd pounds of candy. We came home. We had condensed it. I had like a big box, shipping box in my trunk.
I didn't go with you. Well, here's the clutch of the whole story. There was a big room that you can go in to be able to get. It was bags and buckets of candy.
Like the Brock's Pick a Mix thing at the grocery store.
And you go and fill your bag
You left a quarter
up.
and you got some candy.
But the whole thing, the guy that gave me the fucking badges already had, it was punch holed. It was already punch holed. And I was like, well, that's not fair. Mrs. Weedman, I haven't been here before. So we go to the room and I'm like, cover your hole with your finger and just show your badge. And we start walking. The one person was letting us in, and this fucking candy Nazi fucking stopped us and be like, let me see your badge. I'm like, here it is. And I put my finger over the hole again. No, move your finger. I'm like, okay. So I just moved my finger like a slight hair. She's like, no, take your hand off the badge. And I'm like, okay, you can't come in. I'm like, why? She's like, because you got a hole in there. I'm like, but we haven't been in this yet. I'm part of this company, and I couldn't make it yesterday. And I don't care. Leave now.
And that was it.
And you walked away and left me hanging.
Yeah.
Just started walking. And I said to the lady, I started arguing with the lady. I'm like, listen, I'm not trying to be a jerk. My wife has always wanted to come to this. My company got us tickets. Somebody came yesterday. Can you please just let her in? No, leave now before I call security. I'm like, yo.
It's candy.
It's candy, and it's not even your candy.
Right.
Look, there's fucking million pieces of candy in here. You can't let a woman this was her dream. I don't care. Leave. I want you off the premises now before I call security. I'm like, yo, here's my badge. And I took it and I gave it to her. I'm like, I'm out anyway. And I left. And you were fucking mortified at me. When we got in the car, I'm like, yo, fuck that lady. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
I wasn't being, you were pissed at me. You weren't even mad at her. You're like, she had every right to talk. I'm like, I'm just trying to hook you up with candy. You're like, we got 20 pounds because your dumbass fucking went and stole 20 pounds of candy. Did I need any more? I'm like, it's not the point. It was a dream room for you. There was fucking a million pieces of candy in there. I wanted Mrs. Weedman it was her dream to go to this show. So me being the person I am, I'm going to fight for your dream.
Thank
you. And you were appalled and you walked away and you left me. I turned around. I'm like, wow, what the fuck is going on? You left me like, because your anxiety went through the fucking roof.
I was like, oh my God, this is so uncomfortable. I could feel it. I could feel it right now, the feeling.
So basically going back to the Champs Trade show, I didn't do what I did at the candy show because I knew I wanted Mrs. Weedman to enjoy it, and I didn't want her anxiety. And we were smoking throughout. We smoked before we walked in. We fucking smoking throughout the whole place. There were people smoking joints at the Stizzy fucking booth. There were people smoking.
Vapes all over.
The Stizzy booth.
Yeah,
and
was
there's big signs: no smoking vapes or no
and
smoking
people are
cigarettes.
vaping everywhere.
People were smoking joints, just walking through the fucking aisle. They didn't get fucked.
Right.
But we were in the Stizzy booth, and they were spray painting hats. It was kind of cool. And it wasn't Stizzy the cannabis line. It was Stizzy the vape line and their Delta 8 line and all that shit. So. But they were airbrushing hats, and Mrs. Weedman got Mrs. Weedman on hers, and I got the Weedman 420 logo on there. That was a cool booth, and you got free hats. But I did not do what I was, my mind was kind of set when we walked in, like I was gonna fucking
Clean house.
gangster, fucking everything I could, and I just said, you know
Start
what?
asking for bongs.
I said, you know what? I'm gonna let this is Mrs. Weedman's day. I'm not gonna make her anxiety go through the roof. I'm not gonna embarrass her. So I just, if people offered us free stuff, then I put it in the bag. I wasn't asking. I wasn't fucking doing the fucking take. I just fucking played it cool. And we got some cool shit. We walked out with like fucking 6 bags full of shit. You took a picture of it.
People just would put their hand out. Like, would be like, we don't even sell this stuff. Well, what are you here for? Well, we're just getting kind of a grip of the industry, and we have a new product, and we're, looking to wholesale with somebody. So we're just trying to network.
White label
and,
some things.
Yeah,
and,
white label.
Partner with people, collab and shit like that. So we met some good people. But
so,
but
we weren't trying to like get anybody's like waste anyone's time.
Throwing
really.
shit in our bag. People just throwing shit in our bags.
And people were like, "Here, we'll just have one."
Yeah,
try this.
The coolest thing we got was the polar bear. We don't have.
Oh, that was super cool.
The polar bear. It's like a
Yeti
cup, but it's actually, it turns into a fucking a water bomb.
Yeah, so you can like
cool.
Put it in your beach bag, or you can, if you're like tailgating or you're going into. I've seen people stash them in their coolers, so it's just like your Yeti cup, and then the lid has a carb and a bowl adapter, and it's pretty cool.
And it has a tube to smoke out of. You just fill it up with ice and put a little bit of water in there.
Yeah.
And the sales guy said it would last all day, the ice, and you take it with you everywhere. I'm like, that's pretty cool.
The bigger one has a grinder on the bottom.
Yeah, one of them has a grinder. So he gave us each one because I don't want to take it home with you. And that's why you go to the last day. Because nobody wants to take shit home with them, so they're trying to give away a lot of shit that they didn't sell or they didn't want to fuck, because they got to haul it all home. Right. And they're coming from all over the country, all over the world. So a lot of people are fucking just like, all the glass people though, how much shit they had to fucking pack. They have so much glass. Oh my god,
so much equipment too.
Holy shit! So it was cool. So I would say if you have an opportunity to go the Champs Trade Show. I know there's 2 in Vegas every year, and I heard the Vegas one in February is fucking lights out. I heard that's the show you need to go to. Everyone tells us to go. So that was fun. And then Sunday, we went to Brunch of Stoners.
Yes, we did.
Yeah.
Again.
That was a good time.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our weather has not cooperated. It's been kind of cool and cloudy here. And it was drizzling that day. We haven't had rain in like 45 days, so we really, really need it. But it put a damper on the outside aspect of the event. But it was really nice because it was super chilly, like a gloomy day. And so it was like perfect to be indoors with good company.
Nice. You got to have some fun. You got to do
brunch. They added some fun activities.
Yes.
I was like, oh, shoot. You can make a mug and you got to decorate it. And they had lighters with like a whole table of stuff to bedazzle your lighter. I'm not really into bedazzling anything, but boy, was that fun.
Yeah, you're stoned out of your mind. so you're able to
I was
concentrate.
so baked.
I'm not. I didn't do it either. Mrs. Weedman did my mug. Yeah. I didn't do the lighter. I just walked around and just talked to people and fucking ate Pop-Tarts and had a good time.
Crybaby sweets.
Yeah. So
smoke signals cards.
Yeah, there was mocktails going on. Yeah, there was some good weed. We smoked some good hash.
I will say they stuffed a chillum with a Revolution, like one of their superior lines of flour.
You smoked that just now, didn't you?
I smoked that while you were recording earlier.
Yeah, with Big Earl.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet. That was good. Had a nice flavor.
So there was some good times this week, and then today's Monday and double banger.
Boom, boom.
Record 1, record 2. Usually we do it in a Monday, Tuesday kind of recording thing, but double banging it today.
Yeah.
It's a big week.
Why not?
Big week.
Crank it out.
Yeah, we met some cool people in the industry, some cool fucking cannabis community people this week. Some people we had never met, some people we've seen at a lot of these events we've gone to now a few times. Got to hang and chill and talk and get baked and just bullshit, and it was just nice. Sunday was nice, just relaxing. It wasn't crazy. It was just, it was just chill. I like the Brunch of Stoners. Good job, Felix.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep it going. You ready to get the show started?
Let's do it.
This is going to be a long one. We talked for 24 minutes.
We're chatting a lot.
Well, I told Mrs. Weedman we need to start just doing a show once a month or adding a second show once every other week and just do a 30, 40 minute of just us talking, telling stories. That'd be kind of fun to see what goes. Maybe that'll happen in the future. I don't know. We'll see. All right, let's get going here. More THC, less body fat. New study tells us why. The connection between cannabis and weight loss is paradoxical. Consuming the plant can improve the appetite of patients with cancer and anorexia, but studies also show that on the whole, cannabis consumers have lower body mass compared to those who don't partake. I attest to that. I do not get hungry when I smoke cannabis. Mrs. Weedman, on the other hand, Munchy City.
I can't stop eating.
But me, I do not want to eat seafood, smell food for at least a good 3 or 4 hours. My senses are so heightened. Smells get to me. I don't like. I came from the beer industry, bunch of fucking burners, stoners, and potheads I worked with. When food came out, those motherfuckers were online like fucking cattle to a fucking trough. I mean, watch these motherfuckers' plates, and I would just walk over, and I'm just like, I get that first whiff, and I'm like, and I just walk out. I'd walk out of the building and go outside and smoke more weed. And everyone like, how can you not eat? I'm like, because I do not. Food turns me off
when you're smoking.
When I'm smoking, and I don't gain weight because I don't sit and just tear house, on food like some people do. And there's nothing bad about that. But let's get into more. All right. Tetrahydrocannabinol, THCV, a cannabinoid found in strains like True Durban poison, is known for its appetite decreasing effects. Cannabis products with THCV may also promote a clear-headed, caffeinated type energy. The connection between the CB1 receptors and THC and body mass index. New research from the University of California, Irvine has revealed more about the connection between cannabis consumption and body fat. Researchers noted that the anti-obesity qualities of the plant in combination with the mechanism of the cannabinoid receptors in the fat tissue, and they wanted to learn more. The study identifies the mechanisms at play when cannabis compounds break down fat and fatty acids and melt away energy. The plant does this proactively by countering the endocannabinoid signals to oppose the liver and other organs. THC congregates in fat deposits, fully engaging the CB1 receptors. Studies have shown that activating CB1 receptors triggers fat tissue development, which confounded researchers alongside the data mentioned above, showing that cannabis consumers have a lower body mass index, BMI. To further investigate, the team poised at that much regular cannabis use in adults started in the teen years. This thought opened a query. What if adolescent cannabis use triggers an appropriate CB1 activation? Finding the truth behind THC in fat tissues. In the controlled rodent study, those mice, boy, I tell you every time. 3 groups of mice were given 5 milligrams of THC daily. That's a fucking lot for a mice. Little fucking tiny little mice. That fucks up most people that weigh 120 pounds. Right? The mouse weighs fucking like a half an ounce. Little fucking snake mice that they fucking use this shit. 5 milligrams of THC daily. Good for those mice.
Stay on their ass.
Those fucking mice, man, they get it all.
Yeah.
Male mice in the cannabis consuming group showed lower body mass and energy metabolism. Researchers observed eating habits, activity levels, and other mitigating factors, but none correlated to lower body fat. These results could not be replicated in young adult mice. Male mice also showed a higher energy expenditure, EE, and respiratory exchange rate, RER, or intake ratio of carbon dioxide to oxygen. The sobered up mice, I like how they say that, the sobered up mice had so little THC in their system that it was untraceable, that the EE, remember energy expenditure, and the RER, respiratory exchange rate, decreased. And while fat, body mass, and water weight remained the same once the cannabis left their system, the mice did gain more lean mass. Other findings from the study. Researchers also tested the group's abilities to regulate temperature, putting the mice into a cold space and monitoring how quickly they returned to homeostasis. The temps of cannabis-dosed mice plateaued at a significantly higher level compared to the control group mice. The research illuminates that cannabinoid mechanisms in the human body, showing that cannabis use in adolescence can forever alter the function of CB1 receptors. The results prove that with more scientific understanding, cannabis could be used to treat various conditions. Great study. Keep on going. Keep on studying. I love it. I love it. Do you ever wonder? We've used vapes, vaporizers, vape cartridges when we're out. If we don't have a joint on us, you always have a purse pen, we call it, just in case we don't have a fucking flower on us, or. So the one thing we've always noticed, sometimes vapes, you smell it, and sometimes you don't. What's the reason? Do they smell?
Yeah. Here's a piece named "Does Vaping Cannabis Smell?" I guess I didn't have to say that because Mr. Weedman did.
I always introduce you. I always introduce you.
And then I feel like I have to say it again. Oh, jeez. All right. Concerts, blockbuster movies, sporting events, and outdoor barbecues are filled with crowds having fun and enjoying the moment. Nothing can irritate people more than a funky odor. Axe Body Spray spent a fortune on marketing to let young men know it's good to both look and smell good. With recreational weed legal in 23 states and 40 for medical, more and more people are adding cannabis to their night out enjoyment. Are you looking for the joint, Mr. Weedman?
No, I was looking for Yuki. She was next to me, and all of a sudden I'm looking, where the hell did that dog go?
Is she there?
No, she gone.
She's gone.
She gone.
So cannabis is part of their night out. Conducted by New Frontier Data, a survey revealed that participants between the ages of 18 and 24, 69% preferred cannabis to alcohol. Roughly 43 million adults use cannabis annually, and they are not doing it alone. The number one way people consume is with flower. Bowls, bongs, and joints are still popular and embrace the essence of the plant. You can almost smell the history. The second most popular way is vaping. There was an estimated 55 million e-cigarette users worldwide
Holy shit.
in 2021. There you have it. 20% of 18 to 29-year-olds use vape products, compared with 16% of those 30 to 64, and fewer than 0.5% among 65 and
They
older.
still smoking cigs.
Yep. This is a much easier, discreet way to use weed. But the question is, does it smell? Well, vaping does smell, but the scent doesn't linger the way it does with joints, bowls, or bongs. The vapor dissipates very quickly, so the odor is gone almost as soon as it appears. In large indoor and definitely outdoor spaces, it's not as annoying to the people around you, making it much more accommodating to everyone having a good time. Kim Ring, cannabis publicist and founder of Ring Relations, shared, "I think if you are outdoors, the smell won't necessarily carry and be bothersome, but if you're in a small room and smoking a vape pen, there's a good chance it'll smell for a short while. It won't necessarily linger like flower would, though. If you go to the movies, just take one of the corner seats in the upper level. Personally, I've never seen anyone get kicked out for vaping. If you're at an outdoor family reunion, it's a great way to consume without announcing you're consuming, and maybe you won't even have to share. But really, cannabis, you want to share."
Everybody wants to share.
Yeah.
Sharing is caring.
Scott in Washington says he believes it's odorless and his partner agrees. It's kind to make sure that those closest to you agree with the atmosphere you create. It's polite to think of others as you do things that could maybe impact them. So vaping is a way to enjoy what you want in a crowd without spoiling other people's fun. So, yeah, a little smell.
Little smell. Not bad.
Not bad. It's gone so fast.
Yeah. The importance of terpenes in spring. A look at how terpenes blossom enhance the cannabis experience. Spring is a time of renewal and growth. Nowhere is the more apparent in the natural world. As the weather warms up and the days get longer, plants begin to bloom and release their signature scents. You should check out my fucking car. Holy shit, the pollen this year.
Mm-hmm.
What is up with the trees right now? If anyone could tell me, I mean,
they're like super blooming.
Holy smokes. Like the streets are covered this year.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's because it's so dry and they're trying to get their pollen out quicker or they're trying to get their seeds out. It's just like my car was 4 times in a row. I mean, usually it's done once.
Yeah, and like some of our shrubs like had like seed packets on the
different stuff I've never seen.
Yeah,
different. It was weird. But terpenes are a large and diverse group of organic compounds found in many plants, including flowers, trees, and fruits. They're responsible for the distinctive aromas and flavors of many plants and have been used for centuries in perfumes, medicines, and cooking. And we've talked about terpenes, but I always like reading more because you get more educated on terps. Terpety terps, you become a Terpenese speaker. As plants begin to grow and flower in the spring, they produce large quantities of terpenes. This is because terpenes play a crucial role in attracting pollinators such as bees and butterflies to the flowers. Different terpenes have different scents, and some are more attractive to certain pollinators than others. For example, linalool, a terpene found in lavender and many other flowers, is particularly attractive to bees. In addition to their role in attracting pollinators, terpenes also play a number of important roles in plants. Some terpenes have antimicrobial properties and help protect the plant from disease. Others act as insect repellents, deterring herbivores from feeding on the plant. And some terpenes even have helped regulate the plant's growth and development. One of the most fascinating things about terpenes is the way they interact with other compounds in the plant. For example, terpenes can combine with cannabinoids such as THC and CBD. to produce the unique effect associated with different strains of cannabis. This is known as the entourage effect and is believed to be one of the reasons why the whole plant extracts are more effective than isolated compounds. As the weather warms up and the days get longer, it's a great time to get outside and enjoy the sights and the sense of spring. Take a walk in the park or visit a botanical garden to see beautiful flowers and trees bloom. And don't forget to take a deep breath and enjoy the wonderful aroma of terpenes that are blooming all around. I love when we get to go on a hike every once in a while and you go out there and there's a bunch of pine trees and you smell that piney and you get that whiff of that fresh scent and it just wakes you up and you can just walk for miles. It's amazing. Follow your nose. It always knows. Here are some examples of flowers and their associated terpenes. Lavender, linalool. This terpene is responsible for lavender's sweet and floral scent. It has been shown to have a calming effect on the mind and body, making lavender a popular choice for aromatherapy and relaxation. Where do you put lavender in all the time? In our clothes, in our dryer, on the dryer balls that you have. Rose, grinnerule. Grinnerule is a terpene with a rose-like scent. It is commonly found in roses and other flowers and is often used in perfume and other fragrances. Eucalyptus, eucalyptal. Eucalyptal is also known as sensinyl, is a terpene found in eucalyptus. As many other plants, it has a fresh, minty scent and is often used in aromatherapy to help clear the sinuses and improve respiratory functions. Oh, the sinus. Yeah, when you breathe eucalyptus, boy, whoo, it's amazing. Jasmine, neradol. Neradol is a terpene found in jasmine and many other flowers. It has a sweet floral scent and has been shown to have anti-inflammatory and antifungal properties. Remember, you find a lot of these terpenes in the cannabis plant too. So if these terpenes we're reading about and they're in the plant that you're looking for to help with the ailments you're looking for, remember, chamomile. Bisabolol. Bisabolol is a terpene found in chamomile and many other plants. It has a sweet floral scent that is often used in skincare products due to its anti-inflammatory and skin-soothing properties. Also, chamomile is great to help you relax and sleep. These are just a few examples of the many flowers that are associated with terpenes. Terpene plays a significant role in the effects of cannabis, and many companies are now including terpenes testing as part of the quality control measures. By including terpenes content information on their product labels, these companies are making it easier for people to choose strains that are more likely to produce the desired effects. Terpenes have been shown to have a wide range of therapeutic effects, including anti-inflammatory, anti-anxiety, and pain-relieving properties. They also can enhance the effects of cannabinoids like THC and CBD, resulting in a more nuanced and personalized cannabis experience. Some terpenes are known to produce uplifting effects, while others can have more sedative or relaxing effect. For example, the terpene limonene, which is commonly found in citrus fruits and some cannabis strains, has been shown to have a mood-enhancing effect, while the terpene myrcene, which is Mr. Weedman's favorite, which is found in hops and some cannabis strains, is known for its sedative properties. By providing terpene content information, cannabis companies are helping people to navigate the complex world of cannabis and choose strains that are more likely to produce the desired effects. This can be particularly helpful for medical cannabis patients who are using cannabis to treat specific conditions. So overall, look at terpenes. We've talked about terpenes multiple times on this show, and it will help you along with the CBD and THC or THCV or CBC or CBG or any of the cannabinoids you're looking for. Make sure this is the proper terpene blend you're looking for, because you might not want an uplifting strain. But if you get something that's high in linalool or high in the apinene, you're going to be fucking awake. You want something like myrcene and linalool and chamomile, what is that, bisabolol that comes out of chamomile.
Calming.
You want the calming effects, the relaxing effects, the sedative effects. So just make sure you're asking your bud tender when you're buying flower or you're buying any kind of cannabis out there, what kind of terpene blends are in here? What are the terpene profiles that are in here? And that will determine truly, besides the THC content you want, what you're buying to help you with your ailments, with your sleep, with your rest, if you need stuff for energy. So just make sure you're looking and educating yourself out there. So advice on sex.
Whoa.
Mrs. Weedman's going to give you some advice.
Yeah.
And how to supercharge your sex life.
This is not my advice, although it's good advice. And this is advice of a psychologist on using cannabis to supercharge your sex life. So listen in. Everybody likes to hear about sex.
Sex, baby.
All right. Many individuals and couples who come to therapy struggling with a dead bedroom at home wonder if cannabis is the cure to their sex life slump. They may say things like, "We've read about the positive effects of cannabis on sexual pleasure, and we're considering exploring it as a solution. How can we do this safely?" Or, my partner claims to experience more heightened orgasms after using weed, but I'm apprehensive about its negative effects. Or, the last time we remember having great sex was months ago under the influence of cannabis. Are there any drawbacks to using it to improve our sex life? Well, it's no secret that cannabis can enhance sexual pleasure for some people. A 2019 study published in Sexual Medicine found that women who used cannabis prior to sex were over 2 times as likely to report satisfactory orgasms compared to women who did not.
Can they use a different word than satisfactory?
Well,
or is it a sign? Is
that's
it
a
just,
good word.
Yeah, satisfactory.
It's not nothing personal. It
Sounds
doesn't mean anything about you.
It sounds like a grade.
Get over
Remember
it.
back when they used to give
It's
you grades?
just-
Remember when they used to give you grades? It was S for satisfactory and U for unsatisfactory. That's the kind of grades.
Yeah,
from
so
like
you pass. It was a passing orgasm. It was fine. It was just fine. You pass.
That sucks.
Well, it's again, this is not about you. This is about the person having the orgasm.
I know.
Okay. All right. And themselves. Okay. The pleasure enhancing properties of cannabis were also found to exist in men, with another 2019 study published in the same journal reporting that men who used cannabis more often had better scores on various aspects of sexual function, including how satisfied they were with orgasms, their erections, and sex in general. If you find yourself in a sexual rut, it's important to realize that it is usually influenced by a variety of factors. There's no instant remedy. Instead, it's necessary to address the underlying issues. These issues can be related to stress, mental health conditions such as depression and anxiety, or in some cases, sexual incompatibility. There are some leading sex therapists and intimacy specialists, however, who point to cannabis as a potential means to address these core issues and reignite passions in the bedroom. Holly Robinson, an intimacy therapist who believes that THC and CBD, which are the 2 major cannabinoids found in cannabis, may have a role to play in creating a stress-free, relaxing atmosphere in the bedroom, which can translate to enhanced sex. Both THC and CBD mitigate unhelpful thoughts like work-related stress by creating a tunnel vision of what simply feels nice on your skin in the moment, rather than worrying about chasing an orgasm, she explains. If ego and insecurities are hindering your sex life, using cannabis can result in more intimate, vulnerable, and enjoyable sex, as it can help suppress intrusive thoughts. Bette Shiva Marcus, a sex therapist, also believes that THC can help women who struggle with a lower sex drive. I've had a significant number of women report feeling more aroused with the use of THC, as well as achieving intense orgasms much easier and generally feeling sexier day to day, she explains. That said, here are 2 things to keep in mind about the psychological and relational impact of using cannabis to improve your sex life. Number 1, be on the same page with your partner about cannabis. A 2016 study published in Psychology Addictive Behaviors found that there is a complex relationship between cannabis use and relationship dynamics. The study discovered that the alignment of cannabis use patterns between partners may play a role in shaping relationship quality, with couples who used or abstained together displaying better adaptation to conflicts in the relationship when compared to couples where only one partner used. The research found that couples in which the female partner used cannabis while the male partner abstained were particularly more prone to relationship discord. A new study published in Cannabis also found that couples who used cannabis together reported higher intimacy. However, these positive effects on intimacy vanished when one partner used cannabis independently without the presence or involvement of the other partner. Interesting. So, before taking the plunge and exploring the world of cannabis-enhanced sex, ask yourselves the following questions. Are you both equally enthusiastic about the idea of bringing weed into the bedroom? Do either of you have underlying mental health conditions, such as anxiety, that tend to worsen with weed use? Is cannabis legal where you live? And 2, Cannabis use can sometimes cause issues in your relationship. A 2015 study published in Drug and Alcohol Dependence found that individuals who used cannabis were at a higher risk for impulsive and hostile behavior on the day of use. Understand how you and your partner react to cannabis and proceed with caution. At the end of the day, cannabis, though legal, is a recreational drug that changes how we perceive and respond to the world around us, often in ways we don't fully understand. Be mindful of any negative effects that may arise and never use it as a crutch in your relationship. Intimacy specialists like Robinson agree. It's important to use cannabis mindfully and responsibly. It shouldn't become a crutch, as anything you can achieve through use is achievable through self-development and inner work. To avoid fighting a problem with an even bigger problem, try to recognize and work through any relationship issues that may be causing a slump in your sex life before attempting to use cannabis to enhance intimacy. This decreases the likelihood of couples causing an unhealthy reliance on cannabis to manufacture intimacy, while still reaping the sexual benefits of THC and CBD. Cannabis can jumpstart sexual intimacy in partners who are experiencing a dead bedroom, but it is not a magical cure to all of your sexual problems, many of which may have their roots outside the bedroom. So try to work on these core issues with your partner and use cannabis safely and responsibly to enhance, not synthesize, intimacy.
That's a good article.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. I won't talk anymore about it.
Okay.
Rhode Island's marijuana cultivators in limbo. Slow retail rollout puts businesses at risk. Come on, Rhode Island. Get it going, man. Let's go. Also in Rhode Island, they expunged 23,000 cannabis possession charges. Good for you, Rhode Island. Now get your shit together and get the weed out there to the people. Authorities are spreading the word on legal cannabis in Minnesota. So here's some of the tips that this Benton County Sheriff's Office is talking about. All Minnesotians over 21 can carry up to 2 ounces of cannabis flower in public. In public! That's awesome. And have up to 2 pounds of cannabis flower at a private residence.
Wow.
That's huge.
That is.
Adults can grow up to 8 plants at a residence. You must have a state license to sell cannabis products. You cannot possess more than 8 grams of cannabis concentrates or possess more than 800 milligrams of edible cannabis products. You cannot operate a vehicle, boat, or airplane under the influence of cannabis, and you are not allowed to carry a pistol under the influence. There's a lot of shit going on when it comes to gun control and cannabis right now. The federal government, man, they're really cracking down. Been reading a lot of stuff about that. Businesses will be allowed to ban cannabis from their property. So that's some stuff out of Minnesota. Denton, Texas officials reject cannabis decriminalization, ignoring the will of voters. When I read this, I was pissed because here we go again with government controlling us. You all have to, everyone out there, even me, I've learned in my time that government doesn't control us. We vote them in office because we like what they stand for. We believe in what their beliefs are, and they have the same mindset as us, and we vote them in because we like that. And you think and hope they're going to do the job you vote them in for, and when they don't, you have that right to vote them out. But we keep on voting the same people, and they're not doing the job that we, the cannabis community, want to do. And so we get like this. The voters willed it, and the officials in the state legislation or the government or the township or whatever vote against it. What are we doing here? It's the same song and dance. It's the same song and dance with the federal government. How many times we got to hear about the Banking Act? How many times we got to hear about the MORE Act? How many times we got to hear about the Senate voting on it? And how many times we vote these officials in, and we pay their salaries through our tax dollars. Don't ever forget that. We pay their salaries, which they shouldn't even get because it should be a volunteer army. And we fell apart on this and let the government start controlling us instead of us controlling them. So we have to get better at this. When I see stuff like this, the voters wanted it, and your people who you put in ignored you, get them out. Vote them out. Beat it. You're not a part of it. There's officials that are running for the presidency right now that aren't for cannabis. I don't care what party you're a part of. Listen, man, this is the way your views on cannabis are from like the 1930s, and it's 2023. Start getting with the program. Vote on cannabis banking expected soon. Here we go again. We're still hearing about this. Coming soon. Coming soon. Safe Banking Act. I mean, cannabis companies have millions of dollars in their hand. They can't even go to a bank to deposit it. Senator, so this is just brutal. New ad campaign in New Mexico pushes for safe cannabis use. Colorado cannabis regulators are running out of money. The day of getting free money is over. So Congresswoman urges Biden to act on marijuana now as negotiations continue on banking bill. It's just crazy. All this crap, we're not getting anything done. States warns marijuana growers after many examples of attempts to cheat testing. This is in Colorado, Marijuana Enforcement Division. Marijuana contamination from mold or illegal pesticides have been an ongoing problem since recreational pot sales began in Colorado. Decontamination and remediation techniques for failed batches of marijuana were approved by MED in 2021, but the process can be costly and doesn't guarantee the harvest will be salvaged. So the MED has issued 13 marijuana recalls this year alone, all of them for microbials, mold, and yeast. However, a vast majority of the MED recalls notices also cited businesses for cannabis improperly submitted for testing or not submitted for testing in accordance with MED rules. Just because they're going to lose a ton of money. So they're trying to sneak by cannabis that could affect you. Learn to home grow. That's why this plant should be free for everybody to grow in this country at their own, and for people who home grow to share with people that don't know how, because of that, what I just read. Elizabeth Warren wants marijuana laws to block Amazon and Big Tobacco from monopolizing the legal industry. I kind of agree. Here's something crazy. So if Amazon wants to get in the cannabis industry and start being able to deliver it through the Amazon system, here's a crazy thing. Amazon owns Twitch. It's a gaming platform, a streamer for gamers. And they banned streamers from promoting cannabis, but allows alcohol branding in policy update. That's fucked up. Fucked up. And then Amazon wants to get in the cannabis game eventually. Yo, get the fuck out of here. Yeah. You don't deserve it. Nevada lawmakers send marijuana omnibus bill to governor that would increase possession limits and remove industry barriers. Good. Cannabis sales are slipping, though, across the country. BDSA, it's a website that people use to be able to look at the numbers of states and what their growth is on basically anything they sell cannabis-wise. So, but cannabis has decreased 2.5% since April, after increasing 11.7% in March. And April's a big month because of 420. But I could see the numbers. May Illinois was down to 2.5%. You know, so you could see it across the East and the Western markets. I mean, Florida has growth because of new medical users coming on all the time. But Illinois down 2.3%. Annual growth is down 2.1%. Maryland down 3.1%. Annual growth, they're down 14.9%. Massachusetts down 3.2%. Michigan down 1.5%. Annual growth, they're up though 26.2%. Pennsylvania down 5.6%. Annual growth 4.7%. Here's the western states. Arizona, SG down 8.8%. Annual growth 3.8%. California down 6.6%. Annual growth down 11.8%. Colorado down 9.6% annual growth. Nevada down 5.4%. And Oregon down 10.1% annual growth. That's big. That's big.
Yeah, that's big.
You know, pre-rolls. Yeah. I like a good pre-roll.
I love a good. They have a place.
Yes,
definitely.
They have a definite place.
You're traveling. You just want to stop in dispensary. You don't have supplies with you.
Yeah,
boom.
And there's some better than others. And I've been saying this to some people for a while now. The pre-roll growth has been growing, and people look at me like, not in this, not in this. I'm like, what are you, crazy? Just because you're not seeing like crazy numbers, it's growing. Tell us about it, Mrs. Weedman.
Yep. Pre-rolls remain the fastest growing product segment in the cannabis industry. How about that? Custom Cones USA published a white paper in partnership with Headset, revealing that pre-rolls remain the fastest growing product segment in the cannabis industry, growing 12% year over year in the US and 38% year over year in Canada. The Custom Cones USA team polled over 300 companies from every corner of the pre-roll industry and analyzed retail point of sale data from Headset, as well as their own business-to-business sales data to illustrate why the pre-roll category is one of the leading product categories for cannabis companies. Notable findings include 1. Infused pre-rolls are the largest growing segment in the pre-roll industry. In both the US and Canada, pre-roll segments were 2 of the top 3 highest growing individual product segments. You've got the infused connoisseur pre-rolls up over 1,400% year over year in Canada, up over 22% year over year in the US. And then there are mixed strain pre-rolls up over 440% year over year in Canada, up over 63% year over year in the USA. Disposable vape pens up over 160% year over year in Canada and over 60% year over year in the US. Since 2021, data shows almost 400% growth in multi pre-roll packs that have a volume of 2 or 5 grams.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Number 2, the rise of higher priced pre-rolls at lower retail price points, so discounts. Over the past few years, the wholesale price of flower has dropped dramatically, making high-quality pre-rolls more affordable. Advancements in both tabletop cone-filling machines and automated pre-roll machines have allowed manufacturers to produce more pre-rolls with lower labor costs. All of these factors combined led to higher quality pre-rolls at lower retail price points, which has driven strong growth for the category. And products no longer have to infuse each pre-roll by hand. Now they have access to machinery that can efficiently automate infused pre-roll production at scale. And number 3.
She needs a little sip of water.
In the US and Canada, pre-rolls show the least amount of price compression. In Canada, infused pre-rolls have become so popular that it is driving up the average cost of a pre-roll. The company's research shows that people are willing to pay more for potency, which is common, of course, across the cannabis industry. And the most important takeaway is that even though prices for all cannabis products decline over time, pre-rolls are showing the least amount of price compression. In other words, if you are in the business of selling cannabis, pre-rolls are a category you should be expanding into to maintain and boost profitability.
That's cool. I like to just do some pre-rolls.
I love joints are my
Yeah,
favorite.
you like your joint?
I like my joints.
So, international news. I posted this on my Instagram, and this blew my mind because we read about this about 6 to 8 months ago, maybe a year ago, about Canada and their unsold cannabis inventory was like 440 million grams. Guess what it's up to now?
What?
1.5 billion
Jeez.
grams.
Just going to waste.
Just sitting there.
Just sitting.
Failures, business failures, consolidation fails to stop Canada's stockpile of unsold cannabis from reaching a new high in the final quarter of 2022. The latest sign that shrinking prices and margins could continue to squeeze companies. Packaged and unpackaged inventory of dried cannabis jumped to an all-time high of 1.47 billion grams. That's 3.2 million pounds. 3.2 million pounds. As of December of 2022, according to the latest data from the Health Canada, which tracks over unsold stockpiles of licensed producers, wholesalers, and retailers. That's an increase from 1.3 billion grams in December of 2021.
Wow.
And an increase of 1.3 billion grams from a year ago.
It doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all. It's just a waste of
it's just a waste.
resources.
Yeah.
How much water? Like I said last time, how much water is being wasted? How much soil? How much nutrients? How much just light waste and electric waste and all of it just waste? And the cannabis industry is supposed to be better than this. Because you thought you were getting major profits and worried about the numbers. You produced more than the market wanted. And that means there's too much competition. There's too many cultivators. There's too many cultivations.
And then too many rules keeping cannabis out of people's pockets.
Yeah.
No one can afford it.
And you just wasted all that. All that energy that the earth gave you, wasted. It's a shame. And you need to fix your shit. Everybody, not just Canada, not the United States, and every country out there that's not following better practices and better standardizations to fix the problem, the cannabis industry is going to fail. And then home growers will take over and caregivers, and then we'll do it the right way.
Right. Which is the way it should have started.
And stayed.
Yeah.
Legalizing recreational cannabis would only be achieved with a lot of negotiation in Congress, says Costa Rican deputies. Come on, man. India moves towards medical independence. Cannabis research projects target cancer and epilepsy. Pretty cool. I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize. Guernsey shatters expectations. 12,000 medicinal cannabis prescriptions in 10 months. The doctors issued over 12,000 prescriptions for medicinal cannabis, surpassing expectations after its legalization for medical purposes in 2019. Good for you. Malta. Haven't talked about them in a hot minute. Cannabis clubs license applications surge. Of course they. Come on now. What are you, crazy? Everybody wants to own a cannabis club. I want to own a cannabis club. So it is Pride Month, right?
It sure is.
And you're going to talk about Pride and Prejudice in the LGBTQ brands, but flourish.
Yeah. Gay-owned and operated cannabis companies are building dynamic, successful brands while advocating for equality within the and outside the industry. There's a long, strong, and colorful relationship between the LGBTQIA plus community and the legal cannabis movement. It goes back to the 1970s when Harvey Milk, the first openly gay man to be elected to public office in California, proposed one of the first legalization bills weeks before he was assassinated. It was Milk who urged artist Gilbert Baker to design the rainbow flag, the official symbol of the gay community and a source of global pride. Milk's ally and friend, Dennis Perone, who we've talked about, Brownie Mary's friend, is regarded as the godfather of medical cannabis. The Vietnam vet turned political activist fought for the rights of both the gay community and cannabis legalization as the AIDS crisis ravaged San Francisco in the 1980s and 90s. His legacy is Proposition 215, the Compassionate Care Act, which made California the first state to approve medical cannabis in 1996. Fast forward to 2022, and the inextricably linked gay and cannabis communities are thriving, sharing a bond that comes from knowing the stigmas of marginalization handed down by the uninformed, prejudiced populace. But passionate advocates in both communities have fought tirelessly for equal rights and an overhaul of society's misperceptions. Today, compassion and acceptance run deep in the LGBTQIA plus cannabis companies. Let's cover some of the best founded, owned, and or operated brands that are changing hearts and minds, creating safe spaces, and bringing some of the highest quality cannabis products to market. We have Alexander Farnsworth, co-founder and CEO of Farnsworth's Fine Cannabis. He believes that cannabis should be available for everyone, and he's making it happen in a luxurious, inviting, and educational way that exudes East Coast style. His high-end dispensary, Farnsworth Fine Cannabis, located in Great Barrington, Massachusetts, nestled in the beautiful Berkshires, only stocks the finest cannabis products, including an eponymous line of pre-rolls and flour. Farnsworth says he began smoking cannabis at a young age to help him manage the emotions he was dealing with as a closeted queer kid in a conservative state. Farnsworth believes there are plenty of challenges faced by LGBTQIA plus cannabis businesses, and while he's learned the entrepreneurial lingo, he doesn't always speak their language. LGBTQIA plus isn't included as a minority in the New York cannabis regulations, which makes me feel like the system isn't seeing me, that I have to speak louder to be heard, he says. With a belief that we're stronger together, Farnsworth recently founded the Queer Cannabis Club, a network of artists, activists, advocates, and brands to create a community of other queer-owned and operated businesses in the cannabis industry. Then we have Lex Corwin, founder and CEO of Stone Road. Stone Road Farms is a brand that genuinely reflects the modern cannabis industry. With a focus on sustainability, beauty, and inclusion, the family-run biodynamic farm is 100% solar-powered, and the product packaging is 99% plastic-free and made of all recycled materials. That's awesome. Stone Road's founder, Lex Corwin, has been drawn to cannabis from a young age when he started growing on his neighbor's property, which was, yes, on Stone Road. And he launched his company in 2016 at the age of 23. The company's goal is simple: provide high-quality products at an accessible price point. Slow-cured, hand-trimmed, Stone Road cannabis exemplifies what it means to love cannabis. Stone Road is helping change the stigma associated with cannabis by creating beautiful campaign imagery and products so that more people see themselves as part of the industry and the movement, Corwin says. He also says there's a thought in the back of his head that perhaps another stigma is at play. You never really know if someone won't buy your products because they know you're gay and are harboring some sort of animosity towards you, or if they just didn't vibe with your products, packaging, etc. I always hope for the latter, but you really never know. And then we have Drew Martin. Drew Martin is the founder of his brand, Drew Martin Gosselin. Combining his knowledge of herbalism with his love of cannabis, the blended botanical pre-rolls from Drew Martin are bursting with aromas and flavors, including lemon, passion flower and ginger root, lemon balm and Damiana, using sun-grown cannabis from Mendocino counties that's grown on a small, queer women-owned farm. A passion for crafting experiences and exploring social rituals led Martin to co-create the eponymous line of curated cannabis products. The plant practitioner believes cannabis isn't only a healing plant, it's also a facilitator for connecting people, which led him to a new smoking experience that creates ceremony around the ritual of smoking. Connecting people and building community is a cornerstone of the brand. As a queer-owned company in the space, we feel we have the unique responsibility to fight for cannabis justice, said Martin. We get to enjoy working with and consuming this plant freely today because of the sacrifices of our queer forebears. Providing education and demonstrating the incredible power that cannabis can have in people's lives is the best method of deconstructing the cannabis stigma, Martin says. For us, it means crafting low-dose products that feel safe and approachable, often for social and non-traditional cannabis users. We hear more success stories every single day. That's cool. Yeah.
Packaging is pretty cool.
Yeah. Katie Stem, co-founder and CEO of Peak Extracts, founded and operated by Katie Stem and Kate Black. Peak Extracts is a semi-vertically integrated processing and manufacturing company in Oregon. Stem's personal struggle with Crohn's disease inspired her to launch the brand and its range of award-winning products. She credits cannabis as being absolutely revolutionary for controlling the disease, along with her degree in Chinese medicine. When cannabis became legal in Oregon, I decided to transfer my skills with infused single-strain chocolates and pain-relieving topicals into a small business, she says. Peak's products are geared towards specific ailments with a focus on minor cannabinoids, including CBG, CBC, and THCA, the latter of which, she says, has been instrumental in treating her Crohn's symptoms for the last several years. Stem believes products like Peak's topical cream are helping remove the stigma around cannabis. Since there are no psychotropic effects from our topicals, it's a good place to start for most people to take the mystique away. And we have Olivia Alexander, founder and CEO of Kush Queen. Supporting the communities that brought legalization to life will always be important at Kush Queen. The cannabis brand was founded from a passion for the plant and an aim to create a space of inclusion, representation, and normalization. With more than 40% of the Kush Queen workforce identifying as queer, Olivia Alexander is a leading example at creating a culture of conscious capitalism that's helping the industry become a sanctuary for LGBTQIA plus cannabis enthusiasts. After working in multiple facets of the industry, from extracting to marketing to being an influencer for cannabis companies, she launched Kush Queen in 2015.
Great name.
Yeah. Alexander believes adaptability and passion are the key traits needed for a successful cannabis business. Diagnosed as bipolar, Alexander uses cannabis as a medicine and wellness tool, educating people about how cannabinoids interact and the effects they deliver is how she says she's helping remove the stigma surrounding the plant. Our products and the people who use them are the most important things to us. And we have Jake Wall, Chief Innovation Officer from Mason Bloom. Through its line of perfectly dosed cannabis-infused seltzers, Mason Bloom aims to elevate the everyday. The idea for the company was initially hatched during a night out with friends who were looking for a suitable alternative to alcohol. Later, Jake Wall watched his two moms medicate with cannabis during their battles against cancer and credits seeing them struggle to medicate in public as being instrumental in his launching of Mason Bloom. The brand's Chief Innovation Officer says he's always been what some might refer to as different. Mason Bloom's goal is to create more circles and spaces where others who are different can feel the same and to see a world where difference is celebrated. The company's mission is one where people of all walks of life find themselves in an inclusive environment where, with open hearts and level heads, fueled by mutual respect, everyone has a seat at the table. To that end, the company advocates for human rights across multiple platforms and is deeply committed to communities in which they live and breathe. There's a couple more, and I just have to say it's just cool. It's really cool. And we're going to post because the story even goes into like their philosophies and what it takes to succeed with their brands that they've created and their companies that they work with. And so this is obviously going to be an important article. I'm going to post the link to it on the episode so you can read all the fun details. So it's nice to see the inclusion happening within the industry and all these companies trying to create a space for everybody.
I think it's great.
It's great. Happy Pride Month.
Happy Pride Month, everybody. I think it's great. Great article. Just good to read about people being successful in the cannabis industry, and where they came from and their success stories. No matter who you are, it's always great to read and hear, and just everybody deserves a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Heck yeah.
Mrs. Weedman?
Mr. Weedman.
That's the end of the show.
That's all?
That's all.
That's all we got.
Not bad for a double banger today.
Yeah, you had back-to-back episodes.
Back to back.
Not bad.
My goal is to do 4 or 5 a week eventually. That is my goal. It is written in my goals to do 4 or 5 cannabis podcasts a week with guests. You and I, the Grow Hour, do what I got to do because I enjoy doing this each and every day, So, Ms. Weeman, you got anything else to say?
Everybody have a wonderful week. Enjoy your life. As Mr. Weedman says, get out there and live. Get to living.
Yep.
Get to living.
Or get to dying.
Nah. Get to living.
Get to living. Way better. You only live once.
So get out and do it.
Or I should say you only die once. You live every day.
That's right.
That's how it goes, right?
That's
time.
Right.
Time is the essence. And you only got a short period of time. So go out there and do what's best for you. Right?
That's right.
It's pretty simple. So everybody out there, we love you. Thanks for listening. Thanks for just keeping us going each and every day. Appreciate all the DMs as always, and always giving shout outs and showing us some love. It makes us feel good, and we appreciate y'all out there in the world. We love you. As Paulie always says, smoke smart. Puff, puff, and away.
Puff, puff, pass.
Check out our cannabis lifestyle brand online at 8decades.com. Our custom smokes and accessories are perfect for your coffee table, bedroom nightstand, or kitchen counter. They're designed for you to show them off. The Canna community is also loving our hemp and cotton blend t-shirts, sweatshirts, scarves, and hats, finished off with our 8 Decades logo. We've got some awesome long-lasting goods that will be your favorite for years to come. 8 Decades, because a 9th decade of cannabis prohibition isn't acceptable.